The Target Series heads to Hampton, Georgia at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the running of the Mountain Dew 300. And car 1 has position 1 to start the race. Jeff Bright is on the pole. 2's outside Cement Oskin in the 93. Then 3rd, it's George Cooper. 4th is Cole Luigi. Running out the top 5, we have Simon Bloomfield. In 6th, it's Max Anderson. 7th place is William Bullen. Diego Lopez in 8th. 9th, we have Derek Hamill and Trey Rainey rounds out the top 10. For the rest field, in 11th place is Paul Taylor, 2nd in points. 2's outside Jason Larker in 12th. Then we have Greg Lee with Anton Charlebois, along with Danny Lloyd and Justin Zidell. Then there's Franz Device and Dylan Ebrahimian. Then we have Luke Rainey and Jonathan Rains. Then there's Ryan Brommer and Jennifer Buford, along with Anthony Hernandez and Oliver Galloway. Then there's Trip McGinnis and Patrick Smith, along with Levi Schoen and Eli Bright. Then there's Colton Yo and Alexander Rowe. Behind them, Sebastian Kukelman and Mike Burrell. Then we have Greg Torres and Jose Mills, along with William Seaman and Steve Larker. And there's Riley Squaretube and Adam McDowell. And then Sean Richards, who's inside Jake Galloway, starting this race in the 39th position. He comes in as the points leader. And on the last row, it's Mathis Wells and Nathan Ormond, 41st and 42nd here today. And there's our start map for the Atlanta Motor Speedway Mountain Dew 300. Let's go down trackside and fire these engines up.
Drivers, start your engines!
Fired up.
And the 42 Target Series engines come to life here in Hampton, Georgia, as we get ready to do battle at the Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Mountain Dew 300 for Season 8 of the Target Series. And the 42 Target Series cars roll off the starting grid, and the one of Jeff Bright will lead the field to the green flag here today. Jeff has won earlier in the season, looking for his 2nd victory of the season. He's a past Target Series champion. He's won it twice. He's looking for his 2nd win of the season, put him in good position to make the chase in terms of a wild card spot. Other drivers looking to win or have good results to help them out in terms of trying to make the chase, and others trying to win or have good results to keep them up there in the points lead. Pace car to pit road, 30 laps at Atlanta. Jeff Bright, Cement Oskin, front row for the Mountain Dew 300. They step on the gas, and we're green at Atlanta. Jeff Bright from pole leads lap 1 by Simon Bloomfield, charging to the inside to turn number 1. Bloomfield got the push from William Bullen there, got to the inside of the 1. They race side by side for the lead through 1 and 2. Bloomfield going to take it off turn 2. Derek Hamill a little sideways off the corner, gets to the back of the 35 now as they race their way down the backstretch. Bloomfield push clear. Hamill to the inside. He'll grab 2nd away. Paul Taylor 2nd in points, up to 3rd in the 99 car as Hamill looks for the lead on Bloomfield. They battle off corner number 4. Hamill will lead that lap. Now Paul Taylor 3 wide to the inside. He wants a lap blend 5 bonus points. He'll try to get this lap. Taylor clear, but once he moves up, Anton Charlebois the bomb lane, the 55. Now Charlebois trying to lead the lap down the backstretch to turn 3. I believe he's going to do it. Danny Lloyd, though, good run, 2, 3, and 4, gets to the inside. Who wins the drag race back? It's going to be Danny Lloyd to lead lap 3. Now to the inside to 36. Lloyd put middle lane. As downloads Dylan Ebrahimian in the 36 car. Oliver Galloway the 15 coming up to 2nd. Now looking for the lead off turn 2 and down the backstretch. Side by side at the top spot. Here comes Levi Schoen to the 00. The 9 of Colton Yo. Kukelman the 4 is here. Oliver Galloway to the lead. Now Levi Schoen breaks to the inside off turn number 4. Side by side to lead lap number 4. Too close to call. I believe they might give it to Oliver Galloway the 15, and they do. Oliver Galloway led that lap. Now 3 wide. Colton Yo to the inside of the 9 car. He'll take it off turn 2. Here comes Kukelman the 4. He's going to get down to the bottom lane. Kukelman push from Jose Mills. Gets beneath the 9 of Colton Yo. Side by side for the lead. Car 4 out front. Now Jose Mills the 11. He'll take it to the inside lane. And at the stripe, Mills led the lap over Sebastian Kukelman. Trey Rainey forced middle lane. Down low, Adam McDowell to 22. A few cars into the wall. Entering turn 1. We keep it straight for now. McDowell to 2nd, but Jose Mills got a good jump there to get away from the rest of the field. Now McDowell and the others are going to try and play catch up here through 3 and 4. McDowell in the draft, but Jose Mills going to come around his second consecutive lap of the event. McDowell to the back bumper. He's up to second. Franz Device to third. Matt Swell started last row. Up to fourth in the 5 car. Jake Howard's making his way forward. He got put high by the 5 of Wells. And he'll lose some spots. Now McDowell for the lead off turn 2. Here comes the 22. Side by side for the top spot down the backstretch. Where's Franz Device? The third place car go. He'll go down to the bottom with the 22 McDowell. And Junior Motorsports teammate Anthony Hernandez, Jeff Wright coming forward. Jeff started on pole, coming back to the front already in the 1. Franz Device looks for the lead as Adam McDowell leads the lap. The 38 has not much help down low. The 1 finally going to get to his rear bumper. Nathan Orr on the 2 also down low. He'll push the 1 forward. Jeff Wright makes the move on Franz Device, who tried to make it on Adam McDowell. And McDowell's going to pull away because of it. Look at the run for Jeff B for the 16. Down in line. Jason Larker behind her. Here comes Cole Luigi down the bottom lane with Oliver Galloway. Kukulon is coming back. Double foul at the front. McDowell leads in the 22. Buford 3 wide in the 16. In the bottom lane, Jeff Wright platforming in the middle lane. Hernandez gets forced middle back there. And McDowell right now out in front in the 22, doing a great job leading this event. As he'll lead for multiple laps here. Buford trying to stay clear. Jason Larker. And she close. Now he may have feathered it a little bit there to let the 16 in line. That's going to cost Cole Luigi a spot there in a few. As Oliver Galloway moves to the inside of the 42. Buford, though, still stalking the 22. Looking for a way to get around. Buford, a good run through 1 and 2. These are 2 Target Series champions battling at the front for the win and the lead at Atlanta. McDowell blocks that 16. Larker looked for a run, couldn't get it. Buford still right on the back of the 22 of Adam McDowell to turn 3. She'll get a run right here through 3 and 4. Can she get to the corner panel is the question. She sends McDowell to the racetrack. Buford to the inside of the 16. Side by side, the 22 leads again. A third of the way done with the Mountain Dew 300. 10 laps down here at Atlanta. McDowell is dominating. He's led most of the laps so far. But Jeff Buford is the inside lane. No help, though. Buford the inside. McDowell the outside with the help of the 16. Powers around the bottom lane to get clear. Entering turn number 3 right here. Jose Mills, the 11, back to the 16. We'll see what we can do with it. Mills looks inside for the lead. Down to the quad oval. 11-16 side by side. Here comes the 18, Justin Zidell, breaking low. The big move. Mills with the lead to turn 1. And Justin Zidell, the 18. Giving them almost 4 wide back there with Cole Luigi, Danny Lloyd, and some others. Now Zidell, 3 wide to get to third, the 18. This car has not had, this numbering car has not had a top 10 finish this season. Is today the day when that string gets broken? Mills leads. 3 wide, Kukulon for third, and the 4. And the pack has been spread up. I don't know if someone said coming after her, someone had an issue or a moment back in the field, but it definitely cost a few cars some time. And now there's this really big front pack, and they have about 7 cars further back in the field. And 2 cars have pulled away. Mills leads Buford. They're 1 and 2 here at Atlanta, and they're single file at the front. Then up to third, Sebastian Kukulon. 4th place is now Jason Larker. Oliver got way back to 5th, but under attack now from Anthony Hernandez in the 7th car. Close to bottom in turns 1 and 2. 3 wide, Danny Lloyd coming low. Jonathan Rains. Look at McDowell slide up the 22. George Cooper going to take advantage to get to the inside. Oh, around they go! Trey Rainey connected at the back of the field with the 22 of Luke Rainey. Riley Spraytube. And coming up the field, Greg Torres gets hit by Eli Bright, Ryan Brommer as well. Mills leads the field back. On lap number 15, we get our caution flag around the halfway point of the race. Jose Mills out front here at Atlanta. But the issues back in the field, Riley Spraytube will be done. Ryan Brommer, Eli Bright, Greg Torres, Rainey, and Trey Rainey. They're both the Rainies involved as they wrecked off of turn 2 and down the backstretch. Caution 1 is out. Let's see the reason. This was a big misjudgment by Luke Rainey in the 12. You see him right there. He went for middle. He's trying to get up behind the 8 of Riley Spraytube and misjudged it. Just catches the rear of the 8 down to Ryan Brommer into Trey Rainey. 52 spins. Luke Rainey takes down to the bottom lane to avoid the spinning 52. Trey gets it righted. Then Brommer comes up. He'll nail Greg Torres and Mike Burrow. And then Eli Bright comes in and hits the 78 hard. Paul Taylor, second in points. I think he finds a way through the madness unscathed. And then right here, Spraytube starts to drive away. I believe he and Ryan Brommer get into it. But yeah, that was just a big mistake right there. So he comes up and just catches the rear end of that 8. I mean, if it had been maybe a foot further backwards, I think it would have been fine. Maybe even a few inches, but barely caught the 8. And brings our first caution just about the halfway point of this Mountain Dew 300. Spro Tube just ran right into the back of Ryan Brommer. Maybe he just wanted to end his day early, and definitely did end that 8th day for sure. Back in front, Jose Mills, the 11, has led here. They're staying out on the racetrack, and car number 11 will lead the field back to the green flag in the Mountain Dew 300. Coming back to the restart, lap number 12, Jose Mills still out front here in Atlanta. Out from that crash, Greg Torres, Riley Spirotube, and Ryan Brommer. 39 cars are on the lead up. Jonathan Rains had an issue and had to pit under this yellow flag. He'll set to restart 39th with some fresh tires. However, towards the back of the field, 12 laps to go. It's going to be very hard for the 61 to make up much of his lost ground. But out in front, Jose Mills leading the race. Behind in second is Jeffrey Buford, then Sebastian Kukulon in third, Jason Larker fourth, Anthony Nez in fifth. Then there's Danny Lloyd, Oliver Galloway, Derek Hamill, George Cooper, and Adam McDowell, the front 10. As we get ready to go back racing here in Atlanta, tire wear starting to come into effect for these drivers. It'll be interesting to see if that causes more yellows or if the race kind of gets calm from here on out. Single file restart, lap number 19. Green flag back out for Jose Mills and the rest of the field. That was a good restart, but Buford a better one. The 16 right in the back looks to the inside of turn 1. Mills tries to block it. Buford, though, has the inside preferred lane on this restart. She has the help as well, but Kukulon bans the help. Gets put to the top side. Larker splits to the middle. Lloyd down low in the 21 car. 3 wide for third, side by side for the lead. Getting up to speed here in Atlanta. Jeffrey B for the 16 down the bottom lane. Will clear to get out front here in the Mountain Dew 300. Now Lloyd comes to the inside. The 21 car's a good run. Gets the inside the 16. 11 to go here in Atlanta. Lloyd out front. Hamill, the 98, slides a little up. The 11 and the others drop back on the outside. See some cars already starting to slide up, and we still have 10 laps to go. We could definitely see a yellow or two before this race is over because of these cars and how bad they're handling at this point in the race. And you can see that 28 and the others, they cannot hold the bottom lane. They keep sliding up. It's really hurting them. McDowell, Hamill, side by side for second. Meanwhile, Lloyd tries to pull away the 21. Oh, back there. 4 wide. Oh, that's close. This is with coming to 9 to go. They keep it orderly for now. Mills backed out in the 11 car. That could have been a late race restart. You can see how these drivers are kind of sliding up. They're having a tough time right now controlling these race cars. Matt Sanderson on Adam McDowell for second. 23 gets to the inside of the 22, tried to block. Right now the front of the field spreading out, getting single file. That's what's going to happen with these worn Goodyear Eagles. And they're trying to run down Danny Lloyd, who right now dominating. Coming to 8 to go. Buford, she's had one of the faster cars here today. If she could get to second, we know she's going to be aggressive to make some moves to get to the front. 8 to go in Atlanta. McDowell trying to clear Hamill to turn 1 to keep fourth. Looks like he does. Buford the 16, clear for second. Slid a little there, got a little tight. Now McDowell moves to the inside. Zidell, 18, moves out of line, gets back up. Oliver Galloway down out of line. The front of the field really spread out. How these drivers are just kind of sliding up. Zidell was out of control through 3 and 4th. Oliver Galloway to the inside. We got 7 to go. 3 wide inside the front 10. Anderson up top, Zidell middle. Down low, Oliver Galloway. Anthony Nez the 7 coming forward. Jeff Wright the 1, our pole sitter. Look at these cars sliding up through 1 and 2. Yeah, that could cause an incident, though. We're coming around to 5 to go shortly. So if we do get a crash, it have to happen the next 2 laps if we do not want to see a race end under the yellow flag. We're coming to 6 to go right here. Lloyd McDowell 1-2, they pulled away. Then Derek Hamill's up to third with Oliver Galloway to the inside. They're bound for third. Jeffrey Buford trying to get down line for Max Harrison. Couldn't get that quite accomplished. And Anthony Nez the 7th up into the lead draft as well. And then Jeff Wright trying to get away along with Greg Lee. Kukulon is back there, and then a whole shuffle of cars further back in the field. McDowell in the draft is running Lloyd down. The question is, does he have the time? Does he have the car to do it? Does he have the tires to do it? Because right here, 5 to go, yellow flag would end the race. And what we've been seeing at the back of the field, we could get a yellow flag shortly. I believe that's a lap car. Eli Bright is ahead the 88, severely off pace. That could change things. McDowell in the back of Danny Lloyd. looking for a way around that 21. He got a good run through 3 and 4. To the back of the 21, but can't quite complete the pass. 4 to go in Atlanta. Oliver Galway's joined the mix. Inside the front 3, now the 15 looks on the 22. That's going to affect their run they had. Hernandez for 4th on the 23. Meanwhile, the 22 hung tough on the outside with the worn tires sideways off turn 2. It's all about who has managed their stuff right. Coming to 3 to go, Oliver Galway clears for 2nd. McDowell falls back to 3rd. Hernandez is 4th. Max Harrison come to the inside of that 7. Here they come. Start-finish line. 3 to go. Lloyd catching Eli Bright. Puts it to the top side. Lloyd trying to get around. Galway to the inside of the 15. It's stacked. The field up. Which lane goes? Will be outside or inside? Give me the inside. Lloyd held up. Now everyone's trying to get down low. Coming to 2 to go. Oliver Galway leads. McDowell to 2nd. Hernandez to 3rd. Jeff Wright. Jennifer Buford had gotten through. Now McDowell for the lead on Oliver Galway. The champion the last 2 Target Series seasons. Side by side with 2 to go for the race win. And Eli Bright holds Lloyd up. So now Lloyd does not have a shot at this race victory. Buford the 16. Up inside the top 3. Looking for the lead down the backstretch. Has no help down low. McDowell clears out in front. Buford through to 2nd. Coluigi inside lane. Looking for a top 5 for the first time this season. They battle off turn 4. Here they are. White flag. Last lap of the Mountain Dew 300. Buford looking on Ann McDowell to turn 1. If she gets the run through 1 and 2, she can make it down the backstretch to turn 3. Hernandez comes over 7. Down the backstretch for the final time. Jeffrey Buford in the tire tracks. McDowell gets a good run. Can she make it in 3 and 4? She's to the back of the 22. Now she'll look to the inside. Here they come off turn 4. McDowell outside. Buford inside. Side by side run to the checkers. It'll be Ann McDowell winning the Mountain Dew 300 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. In a side by side run, one of those classic Atlanta finishes we always see. McDowell wins the Mountain Dew 300 by about 0.04 of a second. Jeffrey Buford did not have the run at the end to make it stick on the bottom lane. Let's go see the finishing results. Here are the finishing results from the Mountain Dew 300 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. 1 caution flag for 4 laps and 11 lead changes among 7 different drivers. It's Ann McDowell starting 38th in victory lane here today at Atlanta, as Jeff Buford tried to get to the 22 at the end and make a run to the checker flag, just was too little too late. Buford ends up 2nd. Coluigi, basically out of nowhere, ends up 3rd here today. Jonathan Rains, we mentioned under that yellow, he came down pit road with an issue, replaced all 4 Goodyear Eagles. He had 15-lap pressure tires than the drivers out on the racetrack, and Rains drove from about 39th up to 4th in that final, about 12 laps. Outstanding effort by Jonathan Rains. If he had a lap or 2 more, he probably could have won the race. Hernandez ends up inside the top 5 as well. Then Oliver Galway 6th, Jeff Wright from the pole, 1 lap led, ends up 7th. Good day for that one team. They definitely needed that to try and keep a wild card spot. Lloyd in 8th has got to be heartbroken, especially after getting held up by Eli Bright in 88. 9 laps led, the most of anyone here today. Greg Lee and Simon Bloomfield round out the top 10. Looking at the top 20, Jose Mills also led 9 laps during this race. Fell back after the restart and was never seen again. He was in the middle of a 4 wide at one point. They all sorted out, but for Mills, he definitely dropped there on that last run. Zidell still yet to get a top 10 for the 18 team. As we look down, 38 cars finished the race on the lead lap. 39 running as Eli Bright fell back down and definitely hindered some drivers' progress. Paul Taylor ends up with a 21st place finish. Didn't quite catch Jake Galway 20th. So they finished right around each other. Galway actually sends the points lead by 3 points over Paul Taylor there. And Ryan Brown and Raspberry to Greg Torres, the only cars to retire from that crash. Here are the points 14 races into the season. It's still Jake Galloway commanding the points lead. 81 points now over Paul Taylor, who is still 2nd. Trey Rainey is 3rd. Steve Larker 4th. Greg Lee inside the top 5 with Franz Device. Danny Lloyd, a good day, up to 7th. Anthony Hernandez, Luke Rainey, and George Cooper are the front 10 in points. Looking at the top 20, Jeff Bright in 13th position has a wildcard spot along with Kashawn Richardson, who had a bad day, fell to 15th in the points. He was top 10 going into the race. Richardson with those 2 wins definitely takes up a wildcard spot. So for some of these drivers that have 1 win and maybe are hoping to make the chase due to that, and they're maybe not close enough to get to the top 10 they feel like, they have got to pray and cheer that that 20 car gets inside the top 10 in points. Kukulon is right now tied with Cooper for 10th. Cooper gets the tiebreaker, more top 5s on the season. You look down, Ebrahimian's 5 points out. Jeff Bright's only 11 points out. Bloomfield's only 12 points out, so it's very close there to try and make it inside the top 10 points. And look down, some more winners down here. Adam McDowell to 25th with the win here today. Mike Burrow down to 27th. Reigns is 29th. And you see Trip McGinnis down here 32nd. Greg Torres 39th. A lot of our winners are down here at the bottom of the points barrel. McDowell, though, is close to a top 20. Same with Burrow, same with Reigns. For Trip McGinnis, he is close, but it's going to be tough. And for Greg Torres, he needs a lot to go his way if he wants to have a shot to make it inside the top 20 and have a shot at a wildcard spot for the chase. So that was the Atlanta Motor Speedway Mountain Dew 300. The Target Series heads to a triangle-shaped racetrack. We go to the Pocono Raceway for the Gertrude Hawk 250. I will see you guys then.